It's a pretty good one. Look, I've always had the itch. When I did retire, it wasn't necessarily because I didn't love the game or wasn't good enough. It was more to do with some family reasons. So, the opportunity arose. I always said that I'd take it when it comes about. So when it did, it was a pretty easy conversation to have, and we got it over the line. So, yeah, happy to be back. Bit difficult, but at the same time, I think the year off, year and a half off, did my body pretty well. My ankles aren't swollen, my knees aren't sore, the back's good. So in general, the time I had off was actually really good for my body, and I'm feeling pretty good. I've got 2 practices under my belt already, and the legs are good, and just kind of catching up, I guess, on the footwork side of things. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good about where my body is at the moment. Yeah, I'm not too sure how my name actually got put in the pile, but I think Greg Hire and Jacoby Chance had something to do with it in terms of putting my name in there. They had a quick text message to see where my head was at and what I wanted to do, and then the phone call came from Trev kind of early December, and the conversation started from there. And I think it was about halfway through December where we said, we'll just give me some time on my feet. I'll go do some workouts where I was living at the time and see my body held up, and it went all well. And so we just okayed it and just went from there. So I came over, did my medical, and I obviously was pretty happy with where I was at, and so were they. So just move forward. I mean, it just depends, I guess, on what the support staff say, and they're going to make sure that I'm obviously at the lower risk of the injury side of things for when they do want to suit me up. But the way I'm feeling, if I can go, I'm definitely going to go 100%. So it'll just be depending on what they think of my body and how I'm tracking along during practices. But at the moment, fingers crossed, it's all going to be sweet for the first game of the season. I actually got in on Boxing Day. I did my 14 days quarantine, which was good fun all by myself. And then obviously with things changing over in Queensland, the Wildcats, when they flew back in on Saturday, they had to start their quarantine. So I just rolled onto my second quarantine now. I'm rooming over here with Jared Bairstow. So I just rolled straight into quarantine, was out of practice the first day that they were allowed to as well. So it's pretty fortunate. Yeah, it was getting into, I think it was Thursday, when we kind of realised that I'd probably have to be doing a second quarantine. It was pretty tough mentally. I had been working out really hard and was obviously expecting to go straight into, practice with the guys, and it just kind of being, as normal as possible, obviously considering the times. So it was a bit of a kick to the guts, to be honest with you, to have to ride straight back into a quarantine. But at the same time, the club's been fantastic, and especially us having the exemption to go on and train as a team was, we knew we'll be able to get it over the line at some point. So it was better off to meet the team then. And, it's good to obviously hang out with teammates and have someone rooming with while you're doing quarantine, other than doing it by yourself, because it's a pretty rough trot when you don't have anyone to talk to, face to face, that contact. So kind of did it at the beginning, but nothing really eventuated, and I didn't really push too hard, to be honest with you. It was kind of one of those things that if someone came knocking, just kind of like the situation that we're in now, then, I'd grab it with both hands and run with it. But it was more of the case of if someone really wanted me and the role was there, then I would have picked it up, and we kind of would have made it work. But it just worked out really well here, because obviously we decided to move back here to Perth. We had planned on moving back earlier on the year, and now it just, I guess, expedited the process of us doing it. I mean, it's not a conversation we've really had in those terms. If it happens, it happens. I want the best for the club. I'm here to help them win a championship. So if my role changes over time, then it's just one of those things. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as the club's concerned at the moment, is that I'm going to be the backup centre for now, and I'll do my best to help this club win another championship. Hasn't been any real discussion about it. I mean, Bryce's situation is what it is. Like, it's still pending. There's still a lot of things that need to happen, and I'm assuming I'm actually not too far over it to be able to give you that much information in regards to it. So I've been brought in to be the backup centre and to help the team out in any way possible. And if that changes over time, that's obviously a conversation that Trev and the club will have with me, or have with whichever player that may be. But as far as I'm aware, and as far as I'm aware that the club's aware, I'm that, the backup centre, and I'm part of the squad, and like I said, things happen throughout a season anyway. So it's, there's been plenty of times where guys have been churned in and churned out of teams, and it's just one of those things. But I'm here to play. I'm here to win a championship. I'm here to contribute. It's not just a fluff thing. And I know this club. I know how to play in the system that Trev put forth. So that's the exact reason why they contacted me. So we were in Melbourne for about six or 7 months after I got done playing, and then just before everything got locked down here last year, we decided we'll move up to northern New South Wales. Originally, we were going to move up to Queensland, the Gold Coast area, and then we kind of remembered a town that we'd holidayed in when I used to play for the Bullets, and just decided to rent a house there and enjoy a bit of beach life. So just been doing that, and just kind of hanging about, being a stay-at-home dad, and just supporting my wife and enjoying life.